to another episode of Apps for Your Children. This week, we're going to talk about apps for your middle schoolers. So we've talked about our preschoolers and our elementary school aged kids. Now on to the middle schoolers. The ones with the attitude, the ones that know it all, the ones that don't want to do what you want them to do when you want them to do it because they know better. Okay, take a deep breath. There's apps for them too. So let's get right into it. App number one, we have Garageband. So I know a lot of us are Apple product owners, and I know a lot of us have Garageband installed on our phones, and most likely you'll just, take it off your phone because you don't want to use it or you don't know how to use it. But to help foster your middle schoolers' attention and creativity, you can just give them GarageBand. You don't have to you don't have to download. It's free. They can make music, they can make tracks, they can just foster their musical creativity, because that is also a part of learning. Art is part of learning. And this music app will just help them to get it out, get the wiggles out, get the whatever they need to get out and onto paper, because sometimes you can't express it in words, but it comes through in music. So give them GarageBand, let them go to town, let them create some music. So they'll have something that is tangible and they can be proud of, and they'll be, fostering their creative energies into a positive place. Second up, we have Overdrive. So a lot of us, in this time, our libraries still aren't open. Libraries have gone online though. So there are apps connected to certain libraries. You have to check with your specific library to see if this is an option for you. But Overdrive, they have CDs, books, magazines on their platform that you can borrow through your library. The way you do it is you sign up with your library information, your library card, you plug it in, you create an account, and you can see your library's specific catalog of books. You can borrow ebooks, not physical books. Physical copies of books you still have to go through your library to get, but if you want an ebook version of a book that you wanted from your library, go to Overdrive, sign up, create an account, borrow a book, have your middle schooler sit and read. One tip, a good book or a good category of books, genre, anyways, a good genre of book for your middle schoolers are graphic novels. They're picture books with, more plot. So they can get into graphic novels, and they're also graphic novels for adults. But for middle schoolers, there are graphic novels, like, for example, Captain Underpants is kind of a graphic novel. There's parts of the books that you can flip and go through quickly. But yeah, graphic novels, a good suggestion for your middle schoolers to borrow in ebook form from Overdrive. Next up, we got Words with Friends. Now I know you weren't thinking about this app because you were thinking that, oh, this is for me. Well, yeah, it is for you, the parent or the guardian or the adult, but it's also for your middle schoolers. Why? Why, you're asking? Because it can help with fostering words, creativity, words that they never knew existed. They can play in the app. And another added bonus of Words with Friends is that they can play with friends. So you need to supervise this part, of course, for your middle schoolers, to keep the creepers at bay. But this is a part of the physical distancing that I know a lot of middle schoolers are struggling with. So they can still play with their friends virtually and learn. So it's a win-win-win situation. Play with your friends, check. Learn new words, check. Also have fun, check. Next up, we have another language learning lab. Another language learning app. Duolingo. I use Duolingo because I am trying to become fluent in Spanish, and they have a lot of language options. They even have made up language options, which, for movies and stuff that you wish you knew the language in the movie, you could probably learn it. So Duolingo, it's all based in fun, of course, because fun is how everybody really learns. Gamification, a whole nother thing. I'll probably get into that in another video. But fun. Duolingo, there are tests you can test out of, or you can test into a new group of words and group of learning. There's conversational pieces that you can use to practice your conversational language skills. There's also context clues that you can use. You can write the phrase in your language or the language that you currently speak. There's options. Duolingo, it's free, but there's also a pro option where you can get, unlimited lives and testing into other classes, but you don't have to pay for that to get the benefits of this app. You can stay with the free version and still get what you need. So Duolingo. Next up, Google Calendar. This is probably another weird one. You didn't think this one was going to be a part of the gang, but middle schoolers, they're growing up. They're growing up and they want to feel like we trust them, and they want to get a little bit more independence. So with Google Calendar, they can schedule their days. You can sync your calendar with their calendar to see what they have going on. So you can give them a little bit more freedom in this crazy time that we have. I know they're probably not going out to as many extracurricular activities, but they can schedule in their calendars that at 4 o'clock, they're gonna play Words with Friends for an hour with their best friend, Mike, who lives 3 streets down. And when the calendars are synced, you can see like, hey, at 4 o'clock, my middle schooler is gonna be busy, so let me give them some time and some space so that they can, foster some of that individuality and be responsible for more responsible for their feelings and their lives. So this is a great one because they will understand the capabilities of the app because they're old enough to handle it, and the responsibility will transfer to them, and the parent, us, we will go into a monitoring aspect of parenting. But you'll always know what they're into when you check their calendar, and you'll see that, hey, my middle schooler is on the ball. So Google Calendar will help them with their time management skills. Oh, right, that's what I wanted to talk about in conjunction with Google Calendar. Time management, it's not just a thing that you wake up one day as an adult and you're like, oh, I have superb time management skills. No. This, like everything else, is learned. So the calendar will help you manage your time appropriately, because time is money and time is important, and time is something that you will never get back. So in order to organize your life, you have to organize your time. So the Google Calendar app will help them with you monitoring. I know, you love this. You want some more? I got some more. Another one, here we go. World quiz. So I know a lot of, how do I say this? A lot of school systems in America do not do a fantastic job of teaching world geography. That's where we, as the parents, come in. There's a whole big world out there. It's not just us on the planet. It's not just Americans on the planet. So with the app World Quiz, we can help our middle schoolers orient themselves in the aspect of the world. That because there's Maryland, there's more places than Maryland to see, and because they can go through the app and figure out new places and new monuments and things to see, that then fosters a love of learning within them, because they realize that, hey, the world is much bigger than my street or much bigger than my house. So I think the World Quiz app is a fantastic way to get your toddler thinking in a global sense, because that is the way of the world right now. Before, it was more of, let's take care of our neighborhood that we live in. Now, with things like technology, it has become rather global, that we can have an impact on someone who lives halfway around the world because of technology. So in order to get our middle schoolers ready for the future and the present, they need to have a representation of the world and what that looks like. So World Quiz, a good app for them to start orienting themselves in humankind. We got more. Next up, Smart Camera. So I know YouTube is a favorite in my house. Even my preschooler watches YouTube. and your middle schooler might be interested in vlogging. Very easy way, very fun way to start, documenting their lives for themselves. It doesn't have to be starting a YouTube channel to put this out to anybody and everybody. It could just be for a personal project, for a family project. So Spark Camera has the filters, the audio, the overlaying, the voiceovers, everything that you would need to have a professional vlog experience, and it can all be done within this one app called Spark Camera. So you can play around with it. They can definitely have a moment where like, since we're all doing school from home, it could be let's try on different professions type of thing. If they want to be a videographer, if they want to be a producer, if they want to be a camera person, they can kind of see how that starts and how to work around that using this app to help them vlog. So, and then who knows, you might even get involved too, because I'm gonna tell you right now, when I looked at the app, I really like the interface. So Spark Camera, definitely look into that one. Okay. And then I saved this one for last for my middle schoolers, but it's really for everybody. But specifically for my middle schoolers because, man, it's just really, really rough on everybody in this time where extroverts or introverts or people in general are just having a really hard time figuring this out. So it's called Outschool. Outschool. So it's not an app per se, but it is definitely definitely a desktop application. So you will go onto your computer, outschool.com, you sign in, and then you can see that they have a lot for you to choose from. You can learn your traditional math, reading, English, logic stuff, but there's also fun things like learning how to code in Python, with Harry Potter being the theme. You can also learn how to make or draw. You can learn how to do animation within Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro. There's classes for everything. So, and the good thing about it is that to log on and to make an account, it's free, but to pay for the classes, that's where the money comes in. The classes are paid. It depends on what subject you pick and for the duration of the class, but the teachers are easily accessible. The time frame of the classes are accessible, and it's something that your middle schooler who now has a newfound sense of themselves can definitely, self-start with. They can join the classes, sign on to the classes by themselves and sit at the computer and take in what the teacher is teaching that day. And I think it's just a fantastic resource that we have right now, especially right now where everybody is just kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make this work. But to add on to what they are doing virtually in school, this is a great supplemental thing that they can use, that it can even be their quote unquote extracurricular activity at this time. So log on to Outschool. It's free to create an account and just browse. There's fun things on there that I'm kind of like jealous that my preschooler is not old enough for a lot of the things yet, but he will be, and soon. So that's all of the apps I have for you today for middle school supplemental learning activities, and I will be back with more apps next time for our high schoolers. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.